guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing my everyday makeup routine. This is kind of a natural glam, so we are gonna get started, and of course everything will be linked below so you can shop what I use. So we're starting with a translucent powder. I like the one from Makeup Forever, and I just dust this over my brows. I think it helps my brows last, especially in the summer heat, and it also just helps the product stick to my brows. As you can see, I struggle in the brow department, so I love doing this. Next, we are going to go in with the Benefit Brow Crayon, and I use the color 6. And I'm gonna first brush up my brows, make sure they are set into place, especially after using that powder. And then I'm just gonna go in and add some color to my brows. So I love this crayon because it's a little thicker. So it helps just apply color. I don't use this to like get my brows super defined, but I like to use it just to get some color on my brows, and then we'll go in with another pencil to kind of get that more defined look. And as I continue to add the color, you'll notice that I do continue to brush through my brows. I do like them to be more natural and just look a little almost bushier. I do like a defined shape, but I like for you to see the hair strokes. So I continue to brush them as I add color. I think that helps with the natural feel. Brows are definitely the most time-consuming part of my makeup routine. I'm strongly considering microblading or micro shading. I just have a fear of commitment. So let me know in the comments below if you've gotten microblading, how you feel about it. Did you love it? Should I get it? Let me know. Now we are going in with the Benefit Micro Brow Pencil, and I use this shade in 4.5. Since I am going in and defining, I chose to go up a few shades, so this is a little lighter than the pencil we used before, just so it doesn't look too harsh while we're defining the brow. So this, I just go in and make little hair strokes throughout my brows, again, to give it that natural feel, and then I continue to brush them up to make sure we're not looking too overdrawn or too thick. Next, I'm going in with the Benefit Brow Mascara, the Gimme Brow, and I use shade 6. I like to kind of brush off the excess so I don't apply too much. And this kind of just adds a little more color, helps set my brows, and then also, again, gives it those hair-like strokes, and just makes sure there's not too much product in one area, kind of brushes everything through one final time. I really like using this. Next is foundation. So I am absolutely in love with the NARS Radiant Sheer Glow, and I use shade Caledonia. It is a new shade that they just brought out, I think a few months ago, and I just apply some on the back of my hand, and then I mainly focus the foundation in the center of my face and mainly around my mouth. I find that it's just easier for me to blend out and gives me a more natural finish. So you'll see it's really just going to be right around my mouth and right in the center of my face. And then I'll take my flat top kabuki brush and just blend that out and go from the center of my face to the perimeter. And you can see this foundation blends out like a dream. I absolutely love it. Such a natural finish, keeps me pretty matte throughout the day. I don't really set this with any powder. I do have dry skin, so that's important to keep in mind, but I feel like the shade match is just perfection. Now we are going in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, my fave, and I use shade Hazelnut, and I'm gonna apply a little bit under my eyes to highlight, and then again around my mouth. That's where I have the most hyperpigmentation, so that's usually where I focus most of the product. And then a little up my nose, just to make sure I have that glowing from within look at the center of my face where the sun would naturally hit me. Now we are blending that in, and I'm using my favorite sponges. They're actually from Target. They're from Sonia Kashuk, I think that's how you say it. And they have the mini kind and the bigger ones. I'll make sure I link them below, but they're really soft and super affordable. And then I am going in with just a little bit more concealer anywhere that I feel just needs additional coverage. Now I'm taking my Laura Mercier setting powder and I use the deep shade, and I do set my concealer. So I don't set my foundation or all over my face, but I do set the middle of my face where I put the concealer, just to make sure that lasts all day and we don't see any breakdown in the product. And I like to make sure I keep the sides of my face as natural as possible, so I really don't like to add powder there. You'll see again, it's just at the center because I still want my skin to look like skin and not get too cakey. So I really like this technique. Now we're going to go in and contour with the Black Radiance palette, and I use a Real Techniques brush. They are both available at Target. I'll make sure to link them below. And I just like to take the powder, dust off the excess, and then just go around the perimeter of my face. And I love this palette because the contour shade is more on the cool side for me, and that works best with my skin tone. I do find a lot of contour shades are a little too red, so I really like the shade range in this palette. And I'm picking up a little e.l.f. brush, and I'm going to contour my nose with the same Black Radiance palette. I find that this brush is just perfect for nose contour. I believe it's for eyeshadow, but you know, do what you need to do with the brushes you have. That's my motto. And once I finish with my contour, I like to take that same flat top kabuki brush that we put our foundation on with and just go through and blend everything together so that it is nice and melted and natural. So this just helps. There's no product on the brush besides what we used earlier, but I just like to go over everything one last time, especially since I don't set my makeup, because that usually helps blend. So I just like to do this to make sure everything looks blended together. Now I'm picking up my Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and I just wanted to try something a little fun today. So this isn't everyday part of the makeup look, but I did just want to try a new fun eyeshadow for summer. So I'm going in with this really fun orange shade and just brushing it all over my lid. I like to keep my eyeshadow pretty easy and effortless, so I just like to do a wash of color on my eyes. Brought you in a little closer so you can really see what I'm doing. The brush I'm using is the MAC 224 brush, and this is the best brush to blend the eyeshadow with. And I'm still just packing the eyeshadow on, just one color, and just making sure I blend it in really well. And now I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm palette. This is sent to me and it's new, so I don't think it's out yet, but if it is, I will link it below. And I'm just going to use my finger and just add a little shimmer to the center of my eyelids. And this is kind of like a coppery color. I'm just going back in with that MAC 224 brush and just blending both of those colors in to make sure you can't see any separation there. Now I'm taking that same Glowgasm palette and using the highlight shade and just a little fan brush, and I'm just applying a little highlight on my cheekbones just to give us a little pop. I love highlight, but I do like it to look somewhat natural. So you'll see I just take a little on the fan brush and I dust off the excess. Now I'm going in with a lash, and I love Lava Lashes. I will link them below. I use the Duo glue, and I make sure to let the lash glue dry before I put them on. That is a major key to getting your lashes to go on effortlessly and just make it easy for you. And then I do like to apply a little mascara before I do my lashes. Fortunately, I'm so sorry, my camera died while I was putting on the lashes and the glue was drying, so I had to put them on, but don't worry, there'll be plenty of tutorials of me showing you how I put on lashes. Here I am doing my lip. I just went in with an NYX brown lip liner and then a NARS lip crayon, and everything again will be linked below, but I love this kind of pinky nude shade. I really think it is flattering on my skin tone. Now I'm using an Urban Decay brown eyeliner just to line my waterline, and then I'm gonna put that same orange shade from the Urban Decay Born to Run palette just at the bottom also, just so we can bring some of that color down there. And that's pretty much the look, guys. Again, I am not a makeup artist. I'm just showing you my everyday routine. I don't wear makeup every day, but if I'm going out, if I'm hanging with my girls, if I'm going on date night, this is basically what I do. The only thing I really change is maybe a lip and maybe the eyeshadow. So I hope this was helpful. If you stuck around this long, make sure you like and subscribe, hit the bell notification so you never miss a video. I post 3 times a week on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. And as always, thanks for stopping by. See ya.